What's up, fight fans? Welcome to my channel. This is Johnny, and in today's video, we're going to be going over the statistics that nobody talks about when mentioning the upcoming light heavyweight title fight between Bivol and Artur Beterbiev. Guys, before we continue, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers, and thank you to everyone who's been with me since day one. If you could do me a quick favor, if you haven't hit the notification button yet, could you please do that? If you enjoy the content that I create, what this will allow me to do is every time I put out something new, it'll show up in your feed. Thanks. Guys, yesterday I released a video begging the question about Turki Al-Sheikh, the Saudis, Riyadh season, and is all the aforementioned things good for boxing? Now, we know about Riyadh season and all the fights that Turki wants to put on, all the fights that he has put on so far, and this coming October, this card, this fight, Riyadh season falls into that category. If you haven't watched the video yet, it's tagged in this one. Let me know what you think about that topic. All right, let's get this video started with a classic matchup, boxer versus puncher, and this is one of those fights to where we always talk about it's better to happen now or later than never. Sometimes in boxing, we don't get to see the fights that we want to see. I remember when I was coming up, one of my childhood friends became the middleweight champion of the world, Kelly the Ghost Pavlik. We grew up together in Youngstown, Ohio, and there were two specific fights that he was supposed to engage in that they never took place. The one fight with Paul Williams and the other fight with Andre Ward. And for whatever reason, sometimes injuries, sometimes unforeseen circumstances happen, and these matchups never take place. And we're left as fans thinking, what if? What would have happened if that fight would have taken place? Now, in my opinion, this upcoming fight, October 12th in Saudi Arabia, is one of those fights. Last January, when Beterbiev knocked out Callum Smith, we finally started hearing the rumbles that this matchup was going to go down. Boxer versus puncher, Beterbiev versus Bivol. And then as it got signed and we got closer and closer to the fight date, Artur Beterbiev had to pull out due to a knee injury. He needed to get surgery, and Bivol moved on and he fought Malik Zinad, and we know that Bivol knocked him out. Now, everybody said that Beterbiev would get healthy enough and this fight would take place by the end of the year, and here we are. Fingers crossed, October 12th is about 6 weeks away, and all in all, hopefully the boxing gods are with us and we actually get to see this matchup of two of their generation's best fighters. They go about their business in opposite ways. We have Bivol, who's a slick boxer. He'll volume you, he'll pressure you, he doesn't make mistakes, and he puts you in uncomfortable situations, and his boxing skill, his fight acumen, his fight IQ is through the roof. This is what has led him to a perfect 23-0 record. When we think about Artur Beterbiev, we think about a punisher, a demolisher, a guy who wants to destroy you. He has a 100% knockout to win ratio, 20 wins, 20 knockouts, and every time he goes in there, he's looking not only to be victorious, he's looking to hurt his opponents. So when you have two guys undefeated, go about their business in opposite ways, and meet in the middle, this has fireworks written all over it. So in this video, we're gonna break down the statistics of both guys, talk about what they've been up to in their careers, look at their opponents, see how they've been going about their business, and at the very end, we'll have some data to compare and contrast, and leave it up to you on who you think is going to win this fight. I just want to let you know this is not my prediction video. I'm just simply showing you the stats. As we get closer and closer to October 12th, I'll give you my prediction. Now let's take a closer look at Artur Beterbiev. Guys, Artur Beterbiev is 20-0 with 20 knockouts. He's currently ranked number 2 in the world in the light heavyweight division. He has a 100% knockout to win ratio, and the 39-year-old Russian is an orthodox fighter standing at 5'11.5" with a 73-inch reach. We last saw him fight Callum Smith, who was 29-1, knockout in the 7th. Anthony Yarde, 23-2, knockout in the 8th. Joe Smith Jr., 28-3, knockout in the 2nd. Marcus Brown, 24-1, knockout in the 9th. A few other stats about Beterbiev that I think are significant. Over his career, he is 8-0 in world title fights with 8 knockouts, and he is 5-0 against former or current world champions with 5 knockouts. Those fighters are Tavares Cloud, Gabriel Campillo, Alexander Vosdik, Joe Smith Jr., and Callum Smith. When we think about Beterbiev, we know what he wants to do. We know about the devastating power and that aura he brings into the ring. I should mention he is 39 years old, so this fight is now or never. We don't get quicker with our reflexes the older we get. The good news for Beterbiev is the last thing to go in terms of skill set in boxing is our punching power. And we know this is exactly what he wants to do when he gets in the ring October 12th. Show off that punching power and get Bivol out of there. Now let's take a closer look at Dmitry Bivol. Guys, Dmitry Bivol's 23-0 with 12 knockouts. He's currently ranked #1 in the world in the light heavyweight division. He comes into the ring with a 52% knockout to win ratio. The 33-year-old Russian's an orthodox fighter standing at 6 feet tall with a 72-inch reach. He last took on Malik Zinad, who was 22-0, knockout in the 6th. Lyndon Arthur, 23-1, UD in the 12th. Gilberto Ramirez, 44-0, UD in the 12th. Canelo Alvarez, 57-1, UD in the 12th. Dmitry Bivol is a skilled boxer. This guy is slick. He takes control of the fight in different ways. Just because he has about a 50% knockout to win ratio doesn't mean he doesn't have power. He likes to put his opponents in positions to where they have to make mistakes, and he has no problem beating you up for the whole 12 rounds. You rarely ever see him hurt. You rarely ever see him vulnerable, and he uses his movement a lot to negate his opponent's skill sets. Now with Beterbiev, when we look at both guys side by side, we know what each one wants to do. Will they be able to execute their game plan? They're about the same height on paper. Bivol is listed a little bit taller. It's the age. Everybody, when they bring up Beterbiev, the knock on him is he's going to be 40 years old. Is he getting fragile? He's had more surgeries in recent years. Is his knee 100%? He just had that worked on, and it's only a few months later, and he's back. The power is always there. We have no evidence to even suggest that Beterbiev is fading. In boxing, it's usually a performance later on in a fighter's career where we can pinpoint and say, all right, this was the time where said fighter starting to show his age. Will that be the case against Bivol? Bivol is going to want to go in there and circle away from Beterbiev's power. He's going to want to wear him down and win early rounds. Usually what happens towards the end of the fight, Bivol's taking total control of the fight and he does what he wants to do. Will this happen against Beterbiev? Will that game plan be able to be executed? We've never seen either fighter in vulnerable situations regarding both guys' skill sets, meaning Bivol wants to outbox Beterbiev. We've never seen Beterbiev outbox. Beterbiev wants to knock out Bivol. We've never seen Bivol knocked out. One of these things has to happen. Only time will tell. When you guys think about Beterbiev versus Bivol and you think about their skill sets, who would you put your money on? Who do you see winning this fight? In the comment section below, let me know. October 12th, Riyadh season, light heavyweight championship of the world, #1 versus #2. Who you going with?